Could you realistically survive 5 nights at Freddy's? Alright, so it's the 90s, alright? And you're a broke bitch. And now because of those consequences, you have to work at a low-end pizza joint called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. But before we go any further, we have to establish a few things. First of all, this takes place in Hurricane, Utah, right? I think that's widely accepted by people. And during the 90s, it was primarily a Republican state. Now hold on, I'm going somewhere with this. It's not only a red state, but it's also a very high gun ownership state, being to 45 to 50% of all people. My point with saying this is you're probably an 18 to 25-year-old man going to work at a pizza joint. You're most likely armed. You're a security guard, you're probably a Republican, and there's about a 50% chance you already own a weapon, so point being, you're probably going to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza armed. But the question is, what weapon do we have? Well, for the sake of the video, we're not going to say we have a fucking shotgun, alright? We're going to keep it simple and say we have a Beretta 92 FS. Now that we established we are well and armed, let's get into how we might survive and would you survive 5 nights at Freddy's. Okay, so it's your first night on the job. Everything goes pretty well for your first night. If something appeared at your door, you shut it. You follow the rules. You're a simple man, all right? Okay, so the job's simple. All you're doing is watching the animatronics from 12 to 6. However, you get a phone call during the night telling you that the animatronics might be moving around, okay? Now, you're not really sure if he's fucking around or not, but for the sake of this, you're taking this very seriously. So if they appear at your door, simply shut it so they don't enter. And if you can't find them on your camera, check some blind spots with a light on the side of your door. So eventually when the animatronics start moving, you're not really on edge. Sure, it's creepy that they're walking around, but it's normal. At least that's what the phone guy told you. However, he does mention one thing that keeps you unsettled, being if they get in your office that they might mistake you for a endoskeleton that's not wearing a suit, and they might shove you into an empty costume. Now, this wouldn't be so bad if the suits themselves were not filled with a bunch of mechanical parts. So really the only thing that would ever see the light of day would be your eyeballs. But, that's fine. At least that's what you tell yourself so you can get through the night. Eventually 6 a.m. hits and you go home. Now, a regular man would actually quit the job. You probably would, but you're broke. You're on the brink of eviction, so you have no choice but to go back the next day and work your second night. During your second night, you as well get another call. This time he warns you about a character named Foxy. He resides in Pirates Cove and he tells you to keep an eye on him. That way, you make sure he's on stage. If he's not, shut the door. Simple. It's the same thing. You also swear to God that you're seeing pictures and random bullshit change inside the building, but you ignore that, but this is in fact a slow beginning to the descent of your sanity. You also as well notice that they're staring at you on camera, which you decide to ignore because you don't believe in ghosts. You don't even believe in a god. In fact, you believe in nothing. The only thing you have belief and hope in and trust in is that weapon you have on your lap. You decide to cock it to give you a sense of relief. The power went out. Now during this night you had a high level of stress, so who's gonna blame you for keeping the door shut for so long? Freddy started singing. Now you don't believe in ghosts, but you don't fuck around and find out. So what you do is you cock your it's 6 a.m. Well, guess Freddy got on easy is what I'll say. You again return the next few nights and everything goes fine. You know how to be more aware of the power, and a few times when you need to take a shit indoor piss, you realize there's a cup in your office that you've been using for the past couple days to use, so there's no reason to leave your office till 6 a.m. So everything's good. Up until night 4.
Well, day 4, I think you can do it. Hey, listen, I may not be around to send you a message tomorrow. It's been a bad night here for me. I'm kind of glad that I recorded my messages for you when I did. Hey, do me a favor. Maybe sometime you could check inside those suits in the back room. I'm going to try to hold out until someone checks. Maybe it won't be so bad. I always wondered what was in all those empty heads back there.
Well, fuck! They got her boy. They killed the phone guy. He was your day one. You two used to run duos back in the day and hit the geek bar in the classroom. It's really right now your whole world view just has been shattered. You just realize ghosts are real and you're gonna take matters into your own hands, but you tell yourself you'll come back tomorrow and you'll be prepared and you will end this once and for all. But for now, you must make it to 6 a.m. Night 5 rolls around and this is the end all be all. You would have spent Five Nights at Freddy's. You go in your office, you sit in your cuck chair, you leave both doors wide open, inviting the animatronics to enter, because you know you must take matters into your own hand and you must strike these beasts down because God did not make them in his image, alright? You don't know what they are, but this defiles any sort of religion or any, you get on. The first one that enters your office is Foxy. He runs there quickly, quick as fuck, quicksilver kind of shit, right? Remember how I told you you're probably armed? Well, you pull out your weapon and you shoot his kneecaps. He falls, he collapses, and wait, hold on. Wait, this is weird. We're getting a phone call from Freddy Fazbear. Hold on. He just told me something about this is factually incorrect. Hold on. Let me put him on speakerphone so we can all talk to him, and we're gonna find out if this is legit. Okay, I'm thinking this whole video has been pretty accurate to how you might survive Five Nights at Freddy's. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me put him on speaker here. We're good. Hey, Freddy Fazbear. I had a question for you. If I were to shoot you, would you die?
Do not be so sure that shooting me will destroy me. I have many lives and I will just come back.
But could it technically temporarily stun you for let's say it stunned you. How long do you think that would keep you down for?
A few seconds at most, then I'll be right back up to chase you again.
Oh, fuck, Freddy. I just made an entire video and I'm coming towards the end now. I feel like this kind of ruins it. You mean the gun's not gonna do anything?
Nope.
Fuck! Okay. Well, you know what? That did not go as I thought it would. You know what? We're gonna go. You know what? Let's change the subject. All right. We're most likely to have a weapon. Okay, but you realize it doesn't work. However, since you are a night guard, you're also likely to have a taser on you. And as we know in the FNAF movies, the taser works very well. And as a last-ditch effort, you decide to use it on the animatronics, and it works miraculously. And you realize maybe you cannot kill them, but you can escape. Maybe living is the greatest gift you could give to Phone Guy. After all, he was your secret lover in private. So the greatest thing you could give to him and honor his death is simply you moving on and surviving. So you end up tasing every single one of the animatronics, especially Freddy, because he ended up ruining your entire video, and really I've spent so much time on this just to have it all shattered right in front of me. So you tase him a few times, alright? You endlessly, and you skip and you hop outside the building. However, before you could exit the building, you see Golden Freddy. But you realize he's not a physical being, so you simply walk past that bitch, because really, what is he gonna do? He doesn't do jack squat. You leave the building, and you escape. In the end, you survived Five Nights at Freddy Frederick's Fazbender place. So, there you have it. We found out how to beat the game. Yep, we did it. No Google was involved, and no half-assed, yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, okay? Okay, and then we might make a second one. Who survives FNAF 2? Okay, goodbye.
The animatronic characters here do get a bit quirky at night.